these days do not want real friends. They just want yes men. Okay? If I can't keep it real with you, we cannot be friends. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear because you want to hear it. I'm going to tell you what's right. And I'm not going to tell you that you're right when you know that you're wrong. Like, people will surround themselves by folks who will watch you, support you, and even help you in self destructive behaviors and mindsets, and then will call themselves your friend. That is not a friend. That's not even a good associate. That's a turn up buddy. That's a toxic tango. That's everything but a friend. Absolutely.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, always subscribe. So I got videos from a couple of sisters that are telling women, and from what I can tell, black women in particular, that they need to stop lying to each other. Yeah, the sisterhood is definitely keeping y'all single, and these women are sharing their thoughts on this situation. So without further ado, I'm gonna let them cook. But I do gotta warn y'all. It's two different videos, but one of them is pretty long. It's like, I think one of them is almost like 9 minutes long. So when I get to that one, I'm gonna just let her rock. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it.
All right, I'm about to go on a rant. Listen, I saw a video that was posted. A lovely black woman was on there, and she had this to say. I asked the man that I was with, do you think I need to slim down? And he said, yes. He said, you already have a pretty face. If you slim down, you gonna be a baddie. Now she's posting a video. Oh, I can't believe he said this. I'm so traumatized. Well, why are you asking these kind of questions, ma'am? He told you the truth. Over 60% of black women are obese. So if you are sitting around asking, do you think I need to slim down? Most likely the answer is yes, you need to. But what happens? Here comes a black woman marching in the comments. Sis, you look good. Get rid of him. Don't worry about him. My man took me just the way I am. Sit down. Have several naps. In fact, have another chicken wing. When I was 350 pounds, you know what the bitches around me would tell me? Girl, you look good. You tall. We can't even tell. Why? Because they wanted me to stay right the fuck where they were. And that's what they want. They all want you to stay right the fuck where they are. They stuck, you gonna be stuck too. Girl, you look good. Lying. And here you are running to them looking for comfort when you should be running to the gym. Y'all do what you want.
Well, before I even get into what I want to say congratulations on your fitness journey. Because Jesus Christ, 350 pounds. I would have never guessed she weighed that much, judging by the way she looks now. That woman looks gorgeous. I mean, seriously, she looked like she can't weigh more than $150. So I'm like, damn, that's a 200-pound difference. Shit, you done lost yourself, 2.5 times, basically. Nah, but in all seriousness, though, I wonder if she's still friends with those women that she was referring to. Something tells me that she's not. But I always found it a bit funny how women are so quick to say, "Oh, he took me as I am," but y'all don't want to do the same for men and give them that grace. And then the Lizzo situation, because it made me think about that as well. Because it just goes to show you, y'all really do be lying to each other for the sake of coping. Because let me tell y'all something. Liz needed to lose weight in order to get healthier. I don't know if y'all remember a female rapper by the name of Missy Elliott. Yeah, she had to do the same thing too. Y'all got to understand, especially when it comes to artists, these people are on the road a lot. They're not getting a whole lot of sleep. The best thing you can do for yourself is be fit. Otherwise, you're going to really have a hard time staying healthy when you're not really moving around, not really being active like that, and you're on the road all the time and you're getting minimal, if not any sleep. That's tough. And I'll be the first to admit, She looks way better now than she did before she started losing that weight. Her face done slimmed down and everything. And congratulations to her too, because y'all know how big I am on fitness. Because I done got back in the gym like that one way heavy again. I'm like, if you've been watching the travel vlog channel, then you already know this. But anyway, let's keep it moving. On to the next video. Like I said, you guys, this one is about 8-9 minutes long. I'm gonna just let her rock because she was cooking.
If the men around you have to play down their power, play down their intelligence, play down how competent they are in order for you to feel as though you deserve to be in their spaces, you're not powerful. You're not as empowered and powerful as you've been made to believe. If in order for you to feel as though you have power in place, you need your girlfriends to gas your head and fill your head full of hot air by telling you things like, oh my God, you're such a boss, babe. You're so powerful. You're so great. You're doing so good, mama. All of this stuff. You don't really have power, right? And I think that this is the case for a lot of women. I think a lot of women are addicted to the dopamine kick, the oxytocin dopamine chemical cocktail in the brain. They like to feel as though they have power. They like to feel as though they are a part of decision making. They like to feel as though they are substantial within power structures. But I don't think most women are prepared to sit with the very true reality that a lot of women only get to feel as though they are powerful because the men around them are being generous. Like the men around them are being kind. The men around them are saying, you know what, we actually have power, so we don't need to prove a point. We can kind of just like take a step back and allow these girls to feel like they're important here. We can actually take a step back and allow these women to feel like they actually have power in place. And I think it's sick the way that the modern feminist movement has convinced a lot of women to sort of live in this la-la land, to sort of coddle them and tell them, you know, you're just as powerful as men and you're just as capable and you're just as competent, like kissing the boo-boos of a child after they've fallen and scraped their knees. I don't think a lot of women genuinely want power. I think they want to feel as though they have it. And that feeling as though they have it is enough to coast on, right? If you don't validate a woman's perception of being powerful, they don't actually respond by going and getting true power. They respond by crying, by calling you a misogynist or a pick-me, and then they'll go and rally their network of other women who are in the same position where they coddle themselves and tell themselves in their brain, you have power, you have power, you have power. But in reality, you don't. And these are the women who will get down in their comment section and tell them how great they're doing and tell them how powerful that they are and quell their worries, right? I think men notice this as well. I think men also see this and they recognize that it's kind of pitiful, but they don't say anything because it's really not very beneficial to say anything. If they do, these women would riot, right? They would have the biggest temper tantrum. I think for the men who recognize that this is true, that a lot of the girl bosses aren't actually bosses of anything. They just like the feeling of girl bossing, right? If you were to shatter that reality, the outcome would not be good for men. Like men can't. The same women who want to thrash the patriarchy use the patriarchy to sort of force upon others their significance and that they have significance. When in reality, they're just as average and just as normal and just as plain and unspecial as everybody else. But you can't say that if you're a man. You'll get in big trouble. I actually would like to see women having genuine power and use that power responsibly, but I don't think a lot of women are equipped for it because a lot of women can't handle it, actually. I don't fall in line with the whole girls girl movement because I understand that it is predominantly, it's not truly an empowering kind of movement that empowers women to master themselves, to excel, to be truly competent and truly good at what they do. It's more a movement that is like performing power in place. And if more of us do it, the more we can gaslight and convince ourselves that it's true. The men around you who are being so kind as to allow you to feel as though you're in control could at any time stop, but for what reason? It would not pan out good for them. So of course they keep quiet about it and, let you sort of continue to feel as though you actually have power in place within this patriarchal structure that we live in. And I'm not advocating for a gynocracy. I don't think that necessarily will solve this issue either. Because when women have outsized power, certain women have outsized power, they become tyrants. They struggle with being fair and objective because women women suffer from this perfectionist fallacy that if you just do things my way, we'll fix everything and just everything will be perfect if women were just in charge and women could control everything. Most women today can't even control keeping their legs closed or not getting their time wasted by a guy who's a bum. They tend to fall for trickery. And that's because women like the feeling of feeling good. They like the feeling of being told that they're doing great. They like to be reinforced emotionally and don't really like to stand firm in reality, which is harsh. I think the modern feminist movement has been hijacked by girls cosplaying as adult women who want to deconstruct patriarchy, not because they can offer something better like a matriarchy or a gynocracy, but so that under this sort of woman-led system, they can absolve themselves of responsibility. This is why we see so many like feminist socialists, like they want this society where everything is communal. And, if they had it their way, we would all live in some sort of like fairy like commune where we share everything, right? Like some sort of hippie gay society that they have in mind. That's like their fantasy utopian society. No one has to work. No one has any responsibility. Everything is just cookies and gumdrop. A lot of these women live inside of that fantasy. And if they had it their way, they would attempt to make that fantasy real. And if you don't fall in line with keeping that fantasy alive, you would be unalived. Absolutely. Absolutely. Quickly. I genuinely believe that if women were allowed to create this kind of psychotic, scary, pagan society, if you wouldn't fall in line with it and help them keep up this illusion of this perfect, utopian, peaceful sort of reality, you would be dead. Thrown off a cliff, beheaded, or something like that. Women do not like living in reality. They struggle with it. It is hard for them. And that is why I think the modern feminist movement is such a farce. It teaches women to kind of be complacent in the fact that they live in a lie. Men could never say this. Men could never tell women the truth because they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the fact that the patriarchy allots them this freedom, this perception of power, same patriarchy that they want to dismantle. Anyway, that's just my little food for thought. Do with this information what you will. I expect a lot of these women are going to come for me and I'm prepared for it. But yeah, I'm not a girl's girl and I'm not a feminist either. And that's because I'm firmly rooted in reality. I don't want people to tell me that I'm a girl boss. I don't want people to tell me, oh my gosh, you're doing great, sweetie. Like, I'm not a child. Don't talk to me like that. Don't condescend me and speak to me as though I need you to shield me from the world and protect me from reality. I'm an adult, right? And that's the ticket. A lot of these women are not actually competent adults who can sit with the fact that life is hard, that being alive in this world is hard. We'll likely never live in a society where, we're all just sort of flying around, having a great time. Sex is free, food is free, money is free, housing is free. Everyone is just holding hands, kumbaya, loving each other. Like that's make-believe. That's what kids believe. That's what kids think. And it's really telling whenever I come across grown adult women who act and feel like that's a kind of society that we can achieve, this perfect utopian society, this sort of pagan society. Yeah, no thanks. I'll be over here with the women who are standing in truth and are firmly rooted in reality and who see this modern feminist movement for what it is. It's a happy pill for women who can't cope with how harsh life is. That's all.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that.
Give her flowers. She said a lot. Few things that really like stood out. One of the things that she mentioned is how men pretty much, and it's funny. It is funny. I like the way she articulated it, but y'all know me. I'm a little bit more blunt and straightforward. But essentially, what she was saying is, what y'all don't really realize is that a lot of men really play dumb in order to make us feel superior or at least on their same level. Like, men have to put themselves down in order to uplift women and make them feel like they are where they are. And now because of it, y'all think y'all better than us. And now all of a sudden, oh yeah, we don't need y'all anymore. Kind of like the video that I did about the that little panel that Poor Man Podcast was on the other day. Similar vibes. That's crazy as hell, ain't it, when you really think about it? And I remember reacting to a video with Tommy Sotomayor mentioned, said if men really wanted to, we can take y'all rights. I'm like, and what are y'all gonna do about it? Y'all can't do it by force. This is one of the reasons why I brings men's attention to how women manipulate men to do things that they don't want us to do, because they can't do it forcefully. They have to go through manipulation and trying to make you feel like you're lesser of a man if you're not doing A, B, and C. And that's basically what she's describing. And the other thing that I want to discuss that she brought up was and I'm surprised that she was willing to admit this as a woman. So I already know women are going to be coming after her, because this is definitely going to make her look like a pygmy. I don't know if y'all caught that, but did y'all hear her mention that women cannot handle power because women turn into tyrants? They have a hard time being fair and doing what's best for the group overall. Just like when Ice Cube was was talking to Vivica Fox, Lisa Ray, Celine Johnson, and I can never remember that other woman's name, Clarissa or whatever that woman's name is. She's like a 52-year-old something woman. Yeah, I just got this bill for black people. Okay, but what about the black women? He was like, it's a bill for black people. That don't include black women? Bro, I will never forget that, bro. That shit. It's like, bro, to see the selfishness like just out live in your face like that is like, it's hilarious, bro. It's hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie, women have to be the worst allies that you can have. And let's look at it from the gay man's perspective, right? Every time a woman gets mad at a straight man, what insult do they hit them with? Oh, you're gay. You're gay. DL, the closet made of glass, like all these different things, making fun of you, calling you gay, but you're supposed to be an ally to gay men, right? Okay. And then let's look at it from the harlot perspective, right? They support harlots all the time. You're 18 years old, go and start that OF. Oh, you want to do SW? Go and do that. You know, all this other stuff, supporting the harlots, right? But all that support goes out the window when harlots actually start acting like harlots. When that harlot starts taking your man, all of a sudden she's a harlot. She's a whore. Well, she takes your man, but you were supporting her though. You were supporting her being a hoe. But like when she does what hoes do, now she's a hoe. Is that not crazy to you? Like the fakest support ever. They see Ariana Grande taking all these people, man. Oh, they calling her all types of names. They see Sydney Sweeney with all these dudes who got girlfriends, wives, and fiancés. All of a sudden now we don't like Sydney Sweeney, but y'all the main supporters of whore activity. But when whores do whore activity, you hate on the whores for doing the whore activity. Y'all support gay men, but then every time you don't like something that a straight man says, what insult do you hit him with? Fake supporters, for real. Y'all are like wolves.
Y'all, the girls are so detached and so far removed from having aspirations and goals that when you do ask, their brain is processing it like you're saying, what do you bring to the table? I'm starting to realize, like, if you ask the girls about their aspirations and goals, if they have any, their mind is interpreting it as if you are saying, what do you bring to the table? And you're just inquiring about their aspirations. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a cold day in hell before women admit that if they had actually listened to people that told them not to do certain things, the outcome would have been totally different. A lot of women are living in the results of their own actions and they don't like it. And that's why it's just like, I keep telling y'all, it is truly better to take heed. It is truly better to take heed, because this is the thing.
When people are giving you advice or a suggestion, you don't gotta listen. But it's always wise to remember, at the end of the day gonna end, and you're gonna be the one stuck in that situation. You're gonna be the one that gotta go to sleep with all that on your mind. You're the one that got that man up in your face that, yeah, that's your life. People forget about that. Like, everybody else's life gonna go on, babe. Everybody else's life gonna go on. And you're gonna be sit there stuck looking what? Looking what?
Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's with the algorithm. And helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.